What's going on, guys? Sergeant Kai here, back with more Shadow of the Colossus for the PlayStation 4. In the last episode, guys, we fought Valus and we fought Quadratus, and today we're going to try and do the next two colossi, and they're called Gaius and Phaedra, and that's what we hope to do anyway. If we can't, we'll probably just do Gaius, but we'll see how things go. So Gaius is over this direction. There's one thing, guys, I just wanted to address from the last video, and that's when I was talking about the salamanders, because I said that they increase your max health, which they don't. They increase your maximum grip. So I just wanted to address that from the last video. And the other thing is, it's only the silver, or the salamanders with the silver tail. I forgot to mention that as well. The other salamanders with the black tail only increase, only kind of heal your grip up a small bit. They don't actually increase it overall. So yeah, Gaius is definitely one of the bigger colossi compared with the other ones. I know I said Valus was one of the bigger ones, but Gaius is well up there with some of the bigger ones as well. I think he's in this direction anyway. I think he's just over here. Yeah, and the game is very photorealistic. There's one thing that I find strange about this game, and it's not a criticism at all, I think it's great, but it's probably one of the only open world games where there's absolutely nothing to do other than going from one colossi to the other and doing like, you know, going around to collect those salamanders and things like that. Like, there's practically nothing else to do other than that, and it's strange in this day and age that a game like this still sells so well, considering like normal open world games like Grand Theft Auto, or even like Assassin's Creed or The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or something like that, where there's just so much stuff you can do that, you know, it's nearly impossible to actually just play the game because there's just endless amount of things to do. Now Gaius is up here on this thing. I don't actually know what I don't have a clue what this is, and yeah, I don't really know how it's even stable with Gaius on it, to be honest. Jumping into the water here. I don't understand something that they did here, and that was that it's nearly impossible to see underneath the water, but there's a boss later on that you fight under the water and the water is fine. So I don't understand why the water is so dirty here, or dark, or whatever. The last time I played this game, this whole section here gave me a lot of hassle because I kept climbing to the top and that was fine, but anytime I tried to jump over to that floating island or platform or whatever it is that Gaius is on, like every time I tried it I fell, and now that I say that, I'm probably going to fall again, so we're just going to have to hope for the best now with this one. But I swear to God, the first time I did this, it took me about 15 or 20 minutes, just constantly running up and down this thing trying not to die. Need to remember what button to press now as well, or otherwise I'm going to be falling. Oh, thank God. I just need to make sure we do this part right. See, this is what I mean about the controls, because I literally could not grab onto that at all. So now, thank God I didn't jinx myself there, because I thought that after saying it I'd be fucked. But yeah, Gaius is up here now, and he's hard enough. Like, he's not the hardest colossi I've ever fought. I've only fought 16, but yeah, he's not too bad. It's just that he's really tall, so if you fall off him, it's a real ordeal to get back up to the top of him again. Yep, he is a very tall boy. Now, there's one thing I never got about this, and that is his feet. Like, look how circular his feet are. Like, I don't understand how he stands at all. So basically what you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to get onto this platform here, and you're going to want to get Gaius to swing that sword onto, well, at the platform. And that's basically how you start the fight properly. Ooh, a nice ass, guys. But, yeah, so that's basically what you're going to want to do to start the boss fight properly. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, no, you don't want that to happen. He's probably a bit too close to this now for the time being, so I might have to move. But I think he's a bit too close. Unless he walks away. Maybe I have to attack him first, that would probably make sense. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get him to move because he's too close to swing his sword. You know, I'm all for fighting for the ones you love and everything, but like, this is a whole heap of shit that Wander got himself into just for one person. I'd say Gaius is one of my favourite colossi as well, because he's just kind of the embodiment, in my opinion, of what one of the colossi should be. Like, Valus does a good job of it as well, but like the first time I played this game, up until that point, all I had seen was cutscenes of Gaius and... oh Jesus, I didn't do that right. Oh no, wait, no, never mind. All I did was see cutscenes of... oh no, I can't. I need him to break that wrist thing. Yeah, all I saw was cutscenes of Valus and Gaius, so I just assumed that all the colossi were big bipedal, kind of humanoid kind of things, but then I was surprised that actually most of them aren't. A lot of them are just based off animals and the like. Hopefully yeah. Oh, for God's sake. Oh no, oh no. I need him to break that wrist thing. I'm not staying in here long enough. Come on. Shut up, Dorman, I don't need your help, I know what I'm supposed to do. Hopefully that got him right. Oh, for God's sake. Jesus Christ. I didn't have this much hassle the last time. My hassle was all with climbing up his arm, which is probably going to be a problem this time as well. It'll probably take me ages to beat him. Come on. Please tell me that worked. I think he's too close again. I think Gaius gave me some of the... oh Jesus, that's not going to work either. I think Gaius gave me some of the most problems I had with this game, just based on how long it took me to beat him. I think it took me like 10 or 15 minutes the last time, which isn't great. You should really be able to do it in like 2 or 3 if you're pretty good at it. Come on, Gaius. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty positive that Gaius could be one of the tallest, if not the tallest Colossus, other than some of the ones towards the end. But he's definitely one of the bigger early ones anyway. Come on, come on, come on. I think you might be too close again. Yeah, you're coming too close. It took me ages as well to realise the first time that I had to get him to hit that stone slab or whatever it is to break his sword and his bracelet or whatever you want to call it. Because Gaius is a fashionable lady. He's not walking far enough away from it. Shoot you in the crotch. Nope. I ain't about that life. He should be okay now. He should be a decent enough distance away for this to work. Come on. He's also a lot more fluffy than I remember. Oh, for God's sake, why can't I get him to hit? Like, I can't stay in the circle any longer either, or otherwise I'm gonna die. Here we go, it's about fucking time. I don't think Gaius is going to be happy now. We broke his Pandora bracelet. Now all you have to do is get him to hit the ground and you can climb up the sword, and this time, oh, for God's sake, the one time I don't need him to hit, he hits it. For fuck's sake. But yeah, we're able to climb up him now because he has that bracelet thing destroyed and I am dying, so I need to get this over with fairly quickly. I think his arm broke as well. His hand looks smaller than it was, I think. Maybe I'm just imagining things. There we go. I need to get the old sword out again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, this is definitely giving me a lot more hassle than I fucking remember. Haven't even climbed him yet. We're lucky enough he is only to 2 weak points as well, so it's not too bad. What? Oh no, wait, no, he does have 2. No, does he have 3? No, he has 2, he has 2. Come on. This is an ordeal because unlike some of them, the first weak point Gaius has is actually on his head, so you have to climb the whole way up him first, whereas like, you know, with Valus we could attack his legs first, and same with Quadratus. So it is a bit of an ordeal to climb the whole way up him because, as I said, he is one of the bigger ones. Yeah, he's definitely a lot hairier than I remember. Like, I remember his back being hairy, but I don't remember his head being covered in hair. Nearly there now. Yeah, Gaius, shake off them fleas. Jesus, that was a lot of dandruff coming off you. I don't know if you guys noticed either, I didn't point it out, but the colossi usually start off with blue eyes, and when you attack them, their eyes turn red, you know. Because, like, fuck you, that's why. And like, I know that they're obviously made out of stone or whatever, but I do often wonder how these things get their sustenance, because I can't imagine they just don't eat anything. Because like, there's nothing here other than like the other colossi if they eat each other, or you know, the occasional salamander or bird that might fly by. And I also don't understand how Gaius just lives up here, because like, I don't think there's any way for him to get down without like killing himself or otherwise just not being able to get back up again, so it must be a pretty lonely existence up here. It wasn't a good aim at all. That was a good one. Let's get a bit of grip again. His weak spot on his head now should be nearly finished, I'd say. One more probably will do it. Yeah, I'd say that's it now. See will it disappear or not. Maybe not. He wasn't actually too hard to climb. All the hassle was with the sword part, which was a bit different from the last time, because the sword part wasn't the problem the last time I was climbing him. I'd say that's it now, surely. Yeah. Right, so that's his head one gone. His last one is on his back, which is kind of a pain to get to from his head without falling off. So let's see if we can do this the first time without making a show. Oh wait, no. Oh, it's on his abdomen, never mind. Yeah, it is kind of strange that out of all of them, he has his weak spot on his head and then his body, as opposed to vice versa, because, you know, usually the head is the last place you'd attack. Oh, one more should do him. That is one of my favourite ones, dead. And his soul combines with us again. That must be awful painful for Wonder, and like I wonder how he doesn't question the fact that he just collapses after each colossi and arrives back in the church or the monastery or whatever. And I'd imagine being penetrated by souls of colossi would be quite painful. I also find it quite strange that all the souls are bipedal. Like, it's fair enough because it makes sense in the context of the story, but it is a bit strange that there's like quadruped things going around with a human, or not even a human, but just a bipedal humanoid soul. So yeah, we're only 60 minutes in, so I think we have plenty of time to go and have a go at Phaedra. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure. Phaedra, I think it's something like that. Phaedra, I'm gonna say. Or Phaedra. Probably Phaedra. Now, this is the first colossi that we may have a problem finding because I don't 100% remember where Phaedra is. I'm pretty sure it's to the left of here. Where is Agro? There he is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's to the left and forward, but I'm not 100% sure. Ah, yeah, it's more or less in that direction, we'll say. Yeah, grand. It shouldn't take too long to get there. I don't think Phaedra is that far away. I think that the game really does try and build up tension towards the end, because the further you go into the game, the further the colossi get away from your starting location. Like, you've seen that Valus was just across the first field, and Quadratus was just like literally right behind the monastery. But as you can see now, they're starting to get further away, and eventually I'm probably going to have to cut out bits of video because each one can be like a 10 or 15 minute journey to get to. Well, maybe that was just me for being stupid at the time, but I'd still say it'll take a while to get to each one anyway. See, they were just normal salamanders there. They're not really that worth it to you. Jeez, it's dark in here. But if I see any shrines with the silver-tailed salamanders, or if I just see one of them running around, I'll kill them just so I can get that boost to my grip, because I'll need it towards the end of the game. Oh yeah, that wasn't too hard to find. I really like the music here. I can't remember what game it actually reminds me of, but there's some game that I really like that it reminds me of. I know that doesn't make any sense. If I really like the game, I should know where the music is from. Oh, he probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, that's a miracle. I thought I'd die. I don't actually know if there's a way of getting aggro down here. There probably is. I'm probably just stupid. Yeah, there's a ledge there, so you probably can't get down here. Probably should have taken him. We could have avoided all this running. I don't even know if he can get to me, you know. No sign. Ah, sure, look, it'll be grand. We've only to go over here anyway. Phaedra wouldn't be one of my favourite colossi. I think it's pretty immemorable now, to be honest. I'm sure a lot of people do like it, but it's just, like, I don't know, he kind of reminds me of Quadratus in a way that he's just kind of there. He doesn't leave as much of an impact as the likes of Gaius does. So here he is. Or she, or whatever. Presumably, if it's called Phaedra, it's probably female. And the last three were probably male. They're also, I don't know what they're based off of, but they all have names as well. Like like Valus was called the Minotaurus Colossus, Quadratus was Taurus, Gaius was Terrestris, and Phaedra is Equus Bellator. I don't know what that means. But basically now, Phaedra is the first one that you kind of need a strategy behind. You can't just go ahead and start attacking it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lead it over here to this kind of maze, kind of humpy hill thing. And you're going to want to, I'm going to call it a her because I presume that's what it is. I don't even know if they're gendered or if they want me to say what gender they are. They might identify as a frappuccino for all I know. But basically you're going to want to attract Phaedra over here anyway. And you're going to want to get her right to this gate thing, or door, whatever you want to call it. I need to probably do a bit of damage. Right, so she's here, so what you're going to want to do now is run to the other side of this place. And if everything went well, she should be facing the opposite direction that we are. Hopefully, no. Because I remember this took me a while the first time as well, because I hadn't a clue what I was meant to do. So where is she? No, she's not. She's facing the same way. Right, this is a problem. I probably was meant to do a bit of damage somehow. I don't know how to do damage. Why is none of my arrows doing damage? So I'm going to try it again from this angle instead. Come on, why isn't it doing any damage? They must be all hard points. I'm just going to head through here again. I don't know if this is going to work out because she's not like standing at the door. Although it should be now because she's attacking, so that should hopefully mean that she's after doing what I wanted her to do. Let's see. Maybe I'll be able to make this work out if I go this way. But basically what you're going to want her to do is you're going to need her to attack one of the kind of doorways, and eventually while she's attacking it she'll kind of bend down so that you're able to climb up her back. I don't know if that's going to happen now this time. Hopefully. I don't think so though. I don't think she has any interest. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. And there's one attacking anyway. So hopefully that'll lead her to attack me. Lead her back to this first one again. Come on, girl. You can do it. This is also a colossi with kind of strange legs. I think it makes more sense than Gaius, because, you know, Gaius was literally just two circles and he was bipedal as well, which meant that he would have even had less balance. So I suppose Phaedra makes a bit more sense, but not by much, that she's just walking on little spikes. Yes, I know. I know I'm telling Dorman to fuck off or whatever, but Jesus Christ, he/she/it helped a lot when I was playing through this the first time, because a lot of colossi I just hadn't a clue what I was doing. Come on, old girl. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I know I'm doing damage shooting her with arrows. Like, I don't know if it's possible to actually kill a colossi with just bombarding her with arrows. Like, I presume it isn't, but even if it was, it would take you a very long time. So I don't know if I want to just like let her start attacking this or what I want to do. Probably wait till she turns around again and then go for it. Where are you going? Good, turn her back around like a good girl. I'm having a lot of problems with the colossi today. They're being very temperamental. Come on. I'd say I should be alright now. Hopefully it'll work this time. Did it work? Yes, well, I don't know if it worked. Hopefully it worked. Although I feel like it didn't. Yeah, probably not. Maybe I'd be better off just attracting her into the middle and then just run to one side of the maze and then run straight through to the other side. Maybe that'll work. She does not sound happy at all. Thankfully now Phaedra has only really one weak point, like technically two, but it's more like the Valus situation where one of them was just like a little crack and then the other one was the proper weak point. So fortunately she has only one this time. I don't think this worked either. Jesus, this is being very problematic today. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to get this to work the actual way, or otherwise it's just not going to happen. Because she's not bending down at all. Or otherwise I could just keep hammering away at arrows for hours. I might kill her eventually. I don't think she's actually tried to attack me yet either, and I don't understand why. Never mind, that was probably an attempt to attack me. Jesus Christ, Stormin, you really are giving me a lot of information that I do not need at this point. Even though if I was actually listening to you, maybe I'd actually be able to figure this out. Right, I'm going to go ahead now because she's attacking, so hopefully I might be lucky. If this doesn't work, guys, I'm probably going to cut ahead to the part where I'm actually on her back, because otherwise we'll just be here all day. Fuck's sake. Will she bend down? Maybe she was going to bend down the whole time and I just had to be patient. We'll wait and see now, because I came out that door and she's still standing there, so maybe I'll be lucky and she will bend down over it. Actually, this is the situation I think it's meant to be in, so hopefully it'll work. There we go, it's about time. Finally. Now, Jesus Christ, if I get thrown off of this one, I'm going to actually die, because the effort of trying to get that done again. Jesus, that was close. Yeah, girl, shake that ass. You know, you wouldn't think with the size of these things that they'd be able to move like that at all. See, this is what I mean with just the cracks. It's not a major weak point, it's just a small thing to kind of get her to lower down her head so you can climb onto it. It's kind of the way you needed to stab Valus in the leg before you climb up his body. So here we are. This is her first and only weak point. Although if you're playing this on a hard difficulty, she'll have 3 weak points, so you'll be in for a ride there now. She's not as she doesn't trash about as much as some of the other ones do either. Like, once you get onto her head, you're more or less grand, unless you just fall off yourself. And now that I say that, she starts shaking her head. And there we go. Another one bites the dust. And that is 4 out of 16 down. So we have a quarter of them finished. It only gets harder from here, guys. The walk in the park will soon be ending. So that's more or less going to do it for this episode, guys. We're just going to listen to Dorman talk crap like he normally does, and then that'll be the end of it. So if you liked the video, guys, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Let me know how I can improve the series if you have any suggestions. Stay good, you guys. Good luck.
I am the mutant, I could cause, I could